Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. This is the Blaze the Lion podcast. I am your host, Blaze the Lion. And you are tuned in to YouTube. We are live on YouTube at the Blaze the Lion podcast. So if you're watching right now, hit that button. All right. Yeah, show some love, man. Like this episode, even though it just started. But like it anyway. Indeed. And also make sure that you subscribe to the Blaze the Lion podcast. All right. Those who loving the movement, man, you want to show some love, so show some monetary love. All right. I'll take it, man. You can log on to anchor.fm/BlazeTheLion/support, and you can show your support for as little as a penny. No, $1. Oh, man. For as little as $1 each month, all the way up to $10. What a day. Indeed. And you can show your love to the Blaze the Lion podcast. All right. So this month's theme is vegan chefs and vegan restaurants. So those who are vegan will thoroughly appreciate this theme. Those who are not vegan, well, you may be curious. You may be wondering, what's this vegan talk all about? Why are people going all crazy over this whole craze about veganism? What's the big deal? Do we just eat salads? Is there great food involved in veganism? Have you not watched the documentaries? Come on now. There's tons of great food, which is why I selected some great vegan chefs. Some great vegan restaurants to pique your interest. So when I bring these guests on, make sure you show your love. Make sure you go out and support and try the food. The food is delicious. And I'm not just saying that because they're on the podcast. The food is actually really good, really delicious. So for tonight, episode 46, I have a special guest. Microphone check. If you've seen the flyer, then you already know who this guest is. This here. Should I make y'all wait for it? I might just bring him in. Tonight's guest is somebody who I've heard of on the radio, from 99 Jams to Power 96.
There you go.
Now to Hot 105. I used to laugh my ass off on those radio shows. Super funny. This is somebody who was a Philadelphia native. I don't know if he's an Eagles fan.
All day, even though we suck, I'm an Eagles fan.
Hey.
Okay. All right, we good money. Awesome.
There we go. Yes, go Eagles. We suck.
Water, please, bro.
We are terrible right now, but hey, diehard Eagles fan. I love it. This is somebody who has turned vegan, so I want to hear that whole story. Opened his own restaurant, and it is blowing up. Krazy Vegan is everywhere.
Thanks, man.
Have you tried their food? Listen here. It is amazing, man. Before I mess this up, tonight's guest, episode 46, is none other than Mr. Big Lip himself. Welcome to the pod.
What's going on, man? Listen, I'm glad to be here, man. It's a pleasure to talk to the vegan community. You know, let's just rock and roll. It's been a long journey for me. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. That's why I just asked my partner, my chef, some water. I'm dying. Well, you know what? I got right here. One second. I don't mean to be ghetto, but
no, you're good.
I know, we're good. My bad. Woo-hoo. Now we're good. All right.
Hydration, man.
Yeah. So
very important.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I gave my introduction, but just in case people don't know who you are, share with the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in South Florida for the last 20 years. I started at 99 Jams I did mornings. You know, it was the Big Lip. It was the Big Lip morning show with Super Cindy and Benji Brown. Had a great run. Then I went to Power 96. I was at Power and I did mornings with DJ Laz, Africa, JP, um, Lucy Lopez, and then I transitioned to Hot 105. So I'm like a staple in this market. I just been real blessed to have worked at three different radio stations, three different genres, three different formats, three different day parts that had success in all of them. So I'm pretty much like a DJ, probably promoter, I own a marketing company. But the whole vegan thing came by because I kind of started moving away, transitioning away from meat years ago because I got really sick. I got gravely ill. Like, it's a long story. If I tell you what happened, it's gonna take up 30 minutes. All right. But the long story short is I ended up in ICU for a week, and that was enough for me. And then I just slowly, like, because think about it. This happened in 2011. Back then, there weren't a whole lot of plant-based options that where you can go. I mean, let's just keep it real. Most vegan food tastes like shit. I don't want to always eat brown rice and carrots. You know what I mean? so, that's what the biggest thing was with me. So, I struggled more with pescatarian than I was a vegetarian. Then I kind of like started making more of a transition over the last couple of years. And so how this whole concept came about, I was doing business with another company. I'll be completely honest, and brother asked me to come in and help him out. Things were south, and then I met my chef now, Chef Darryl. He kept saying, "Hey man, I got this, this great idea. I know you want to when you're ready to move and do your own move. Let me know." So we talked, and I took a leap of faith, and I was like, you know what? Let's go, let's do it. And even though people always say they can cook, whatever, you always say, oh yeah, whatever. And I'm from Philly, so when this brother made a Philly cheesesteak for me, a vegan Philly cheesesteak, I wanted to slap him seriously. Like, I was like, yo, and I'm from Philly, born and raised, and then my brother came down, but it was just way before we opened, and he was like, Al, and that's my role, that's my government name, okay, Alex, all right. He's like, Al, all right, I know I don't like the Alex Chisholm, like all Alex Chisholms are white, but I just happen to be black. But anyway, so he was like, Al, man, listen, this cheesesteak, that's gonna be our best seller. And I was like, you think so? He was like, yeah. And he told no lie, for the time we opened our doors, we've been really blessed. And it took us over a year to get open.
Oh,
It took us
wow.
well over a year to get open, man. And once we got open, it's just we've been really, really, really blessed. And I think the biggest thing is that I think that, my chef and I are trying to accomplish is that we wanted to have a place where I like to call it vegan fat ass food. You know what I mean? We had everything from mac and cheese balls. We got wings. We have the burgers. Now burgers taste different. They don't taste like the other burgers that you may taste higher. We got really creative with the menu. Like, it's the crazy vegan, but everything has a crazy thing. Like, even our most basic cheeseburger is called the Crazy Karen because it's basic. You know what I mean? It's just basic. Then we got the Crazy AF, which is the crazy as fuck burger. Two patties, vegan bacon, crazy sauce, a signature crazy sauce. And we just got our menu. If you go to crazyvegan.com, our menu is absolutely crazy. And we had a lot of fun with the names. And I think that's what we stand out more than anything else. We're going to be at the Plant Seed and Wine Festival and the Burger Battle. And the burger that we're debuting is the Crazy Mon. You know what I'm saying? Which is a Jamaican, which is like, it's Jamaican, it was a Jamaican jerk burger, which is incredible. I can't tell you what's on it because I don't want nobody else to know. You know what I'm saying? Because there may be some other competitors watching it. And I want to just smack them in their face, so, but that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, look at this food right here.
Does
Look
that
at
look like vegan food?
it. Look at this food. This is fully vegan. Cheesesteak. I see tacos. I see like are those the onion rings?
Chicken nuggets, onion rings. That burger right there is called our Crazy Cowboy. So what that is, the one you see with the onion rings, that is plant-based meat, cheese, vegan bacon, onion rings, and barbecue sauce. And that's called the Crazy Cowboy. And then here's the funny thing: our chicken sandwiches right now. I'm pretty sure you heard of Atlas Monroe chicken. The Atlas Monroe chicken is phenomenal, but it's very, very hard to come by. So we're only able to get it at times. So that one chicken that you see right there to the far left, that's our main chicken. We call that the main chick. But then we have a side chick, which is a smaller chicken sandwich that we always have in stock. So we try not to sell the main chick and the side chick at the same time. So whenever we're not able to get the main chick, we say, the crazy side chick is in town. So that's how we do it. And then we have this, we have also with our chicken sandwiches, the crazy side chick, we have the gold digger side chick with our signature gold barbecue sauce, which is a dope sandwich.
Wow, look at that. See, this is branding. This is a lesson in branding right here. Everything has
look at
theme.
that. Look at that. I don't mess around. Look.
Oh, see?
Bro, I got so many polo shirts, so many Armani shirts, all these hats from different teams. Like, nah, man. If I'm gonna spend $30 on that, $40 on that, I'm gonna spend it on myself. Why not?
Absolutely.
Walking billboard. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
People crown me, but I don't care. It's my uniform.
Nah. There's no better feeling. I mean, like you see me every weekend, I try and put on that Blazer Line podcast. Like, brand yourself, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
People ask questions. Hey, what is that? Grow your business right there. So
yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about, man.
So my favorite is that Philly cheesesteak.
The Philly cheesesteak is the best. Like it's the Philly cheesesteak is. Matter of fact, I want you to meet somebody. All right, real quick, Chef Darryl. This is the man responsible for the Philly cheesesteak. Okay,
Hey.
right here. I'm gonna right there. That's Chef Darryl.
For the Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, that's the one who came up with the whole concept for the Philly cheesesteak.
Shalom, my brother.
Blessings, man. How? Like, what's the secret?
Tell you gotta kill you.
I gotta give all the credit to my great grandmother. She taught me how to cook with smell. When something's seasoned to a certain point, whether it's protein, tomatoes, you can season water if you want to. Once it smells a certain way, they got that kick to it. Along with the countless hours and tons of money we spent on perfecting the seasoning. Impossible. They should get a Crazy Vegan tattooed on them somewhere, because listen, we definitely lined their pockets up. But I wanted to make it, but I haven't had meat pushing 2.5, almost 3 years. Okay. I just wanted to make nostalgic things available, to the vegan community, like a Philly cheesesteak, a double cheeseburger, a chicken sandwich, some wings, shrimp taco head, a regular taco just on a Tuesday if you want to, join the festivities of the Taco Tuesday, which we have the best taco Tuesday. And then, so check me out. You ain't talking about that. So we cross paths. He's from Philly. I'm an Americanized guy with the tacos, and we brought it together with the Philly cheese tacos. Completely disrespectful. I go toe to toe with anybody in Philly that cooks cheesesteaks, and I guarantee you, I made the best one.
And guess what? And I would have to defend me.
I made the best.
He might go shot if he's saying it Philly, but I got it.
It'll be a shootout. It's a Philly shootout. That's what we need to do. A Philly shootout. Best of the best Phillies. But yeah, man. That's all we're trying to feed the community, make plant-based dishes available to them fast. Just trying to solve that problem in the vegan community. Being able to get the food that you want, hot, fresh, cold drinks, fresh pressed lemonade. We do lemonade 2-3 times a day just to make sure it's at its freshest point when you get it, and to be able to get all that within 10-15 minutes. And if you live within 5 miles, within 20-25 minutes, it'll be at your front door.
Wow. Philly cheesesteak. I don't think I've ever heard about that.
You won't. Don't worry yourself. You won't. You're not supposed to hear about it. You haven't heard about it. You won't hear about it. That's it.
And you guys will be at Seed, right? This
we'll
week?
Be the only ones you need to come see and see. We're doing the burger battle. Well, they're going to battle. I'm just going to cook.
Don't tell us what. I just can't think.
What are you talking about? Come on, man. We got life insurance policies over here for all these secrets. But yeah, we had Seed for the past few weekends. We've been killing a couple. Vegan block party.
Yeah.
A whole lot of events, and for the rest of the year we'll be showing up.
Man, I gotta slide through again for that.
Better believe it.
So is the Philly talk? Is it only on Tuesdays or?
Nah, for now, just for like the next week or two, and then after that we get the ball rolling. Whatever you want to order, we'll figure something out. So you can access it whenever you got the taste buds for it.
I may need to order that next Tuesday.
Better believe it. You come and ask for me. You ain't gotta wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, ask the chef down. I won't be here. I promise you. I may be here early or late.
Well, yeah, we're in the game for real.
Yeah, man. Wow. Awesome. So thinking about this idea to open a restaurant, right? And to open a vegan restaurant in South Florida. Did you ever see, did you ever imagine South Florida being heavy on the vegan competition?
I did because before, and this was kind of some research that we both did. If you, 2019, Forbes list declared 2019 year of the vegan. 2020 was year of the vegan entrepreneur.
Mm.
You know that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
A lot of the cultures in LA, a lot of cultures in New York, we're the melting pot for a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
So I mean, at some point, it's gonna be here. We either gonna meet the curve or beat the curve, and we beat it. So
And they said during COVID, now which is crazy to me. Think about this: more vegan restaurants opened up during COVID in the United States than ever
ever before.
than ever before during COVID. During COVID,
Wow.
but you got to understand the theory behind it. If you're vegan and everything is closed, you don't want to go to the market and all the rest of that stuff. You know, you didn't have a whole lot of options. So if you opened during COVID, you were automatically winning.
And on top of that, we not to pat our own backs, but the food is really good.
Yeah.
Even the vast majority of our customers aren't vegan.
Mhm.
You know,
That's how you know that you're winning.
we've started the conversion where you see people come in more and more and ask questions like, "Hey, you know, I can't eat this every day. Can you give me a quick vegan meal?" And within the near future, we'll have the crazy vegan weekly, you know, meals that little small doodads. We'll show you how to make some soup, whatever the case may be. We're just trying to bring veganism to our community, just give it accessibility to our youth, people in the workforce, police
Yeah.
officers, mom and pops driving down the street, you know, just trying to give the kids something fast and good to eat, plant-based.
Yeah. So you two had a plan, but did you really? It was a risk involved, right? You have your fear involved, your anxiety, but did you really see that vision?
All right, so he can chime in.
All right.
Let me start.
Go.
It should almost be in a movie how it came about, how the name came about, how the conversation came about, how the agreement came about. I was on the 9 to 5 grind. He was on the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9 grind, DJing 3, 4, 5 places a week. And we so happened to cross paths at a establishment. And I slid him a piece of paper. And he looked at the piece of paper. He looked up at me, and it seemed like it was in a movie. It clicked, and then we just knew it was going to be a go. It was going to be a go. He has the social confidence, and I have the culinary confidence. And that's what you need for a successful restaurant.
Yeah.
So it was a match made.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, it really wasn't like I've had an opportunity to do so much. Mix up a little bit of school. I've been really, really blessed to like have been in a lot of businesses. You know, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the restaurant business, but I understand business. You understand? I was able to help somebody else out in the restaurant business because I understand business. I don't walk around the kitchen acting like I know food at all because I don't. You know what I'm saying? I know how it's supposed to taste.
I don't even know how to turn an Instagram on, if that's the thing.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I understand business. I understand marketing. That's where my gift is. You know, and I've never touched something that wasn't going to be successful because if I was apprehensive, then I wouldn't have did it. You know, because like Meek Mill said, "Scared money don't make no money." You know what I'm saying? And it's the truth, and that's the honest to God truth. So I just, if I'm gonna go all in, I'm gonna go all in. See, I don't believe in L's in life. L in me is a learning experience, and I'll step out on faith and on everything. It doesn't even matter. I literally, just to give you the history about me, which is going to sound crazy to you, I literally applied for. It's a true story. I'll give you the clip of the story, so you don't have to. I don't want to worry or nothing. So to tell you about having confidence in yourself and just having confidence in what you want to do. 2008, I got left from let go for 99 Gems. A month earlier, a young lady called me up and said, "Hey, what do you know about construction? I need a minority contractor." I said, "What you gotta do to be a minority contractor?" She sent me the paperwork. I filled it out. I had 4 Spanish guys doing my floors in my house. I said, "How much do the guys paying?" He said, $100 a day. I said, "If I pay you $150 a day, you work for me?" They said, "Yeah." 30 days went past. I'm sitting at home watching TV. We're watching Maury. Okay, I'm bored as hell. Phone rings. "Mr. Chisley, you want this contract?" I said, yeah. Make a long story short, they gave me a $1.3 million flooring contract with the city of Pompano. All I had was $40,000 in the bank, and guess what? I was through all that money within 2 weeks through payroll and employees. I figured it the hell out. I figured it the hell out, man. And like God is my witness. I got such an undying faith in God, and I believe in energy in the universe, how it all came together. And I mind you, I had nothing at this point because I spent all my money. I lost my job in 99 Jams, and one of my parents that I coach called me up and said, "Hey, Coach Alex, what are you doing?" That's how I got a construction project. I'm kind of stressed. Went to his house. When I got to his house, he said, "Well, what's the real problem?" Man, I started crying at Little Kim at Biggie Small's funeral. I was like, I just started crying. I'm about to lose everything. He said, "You know what, brother? I'm gonna help you out." Wrote me a check for $100,000, and then I wound up making almost $400,000 over 10 months with that same project. The moral of the story is, I didn't know shit about the construction business. I didn't know nothing about tile. I knew nothing about flooring. I couldn't even read plans, but I believed in myself.
Yeah.
And when you believe in yourself, man, and you just believe in good energy in the universe, everything won't work for you. If it don't work for you because you ain't believe in yourself enough, you thought you did. And that's how I looked at it. So to answer the question, was there any fear? Nah, man. When we talked and this, that, and the other, we said, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. That's what's it.
Let's go became part of our daily conversation. Even to this day, hey, let's go. Shit, even if we don't know how to do it, we're gonna figure it out.
Figure it out.
It'll tell you something wrong with me. I'm 16 years older than him, and I'm still gonna go all day.
He's like a jackrabbit on drugs. God damn.
All day, I'm ready to go.
Running 3 miles at 6 in the morning, and doing podcasts 9 o'clock at night, and then
my radio show, and I'm at the restaurant, and we just had a meeting.
Tomorrow you're gonna be DJing at somebody's club. I can guarantee you that. So
go. I've been spending up for Lord now.
I love it. I see it all the time. I see people who are super successful and they're not that talented, but they out hustle.
Hustle beats talent. Let me tell you something, bro. I used to coach football for years. We used to always say we take the kid with the will instead of the skill all day. The problem is a lot of times when people are talented, they never turn out to be shit. Do you know why? Because they got the skill, they don't have the will because they didn't really have to work for it. That's why you can find a kid that has average athleticism. You're like, God damn, how he make it to the NFL? Because he had the will. Then you got Ray goes faster than everybody else on the field. You know what I'm saying? When y'all used to run relay races in the middle of the street, faster than everybody else. Oh, what he doing? Nothing. He had no will. He was naturally talented. When you're naturally talented, it's almost like a curse.
Yeah. Because you feel like you don't got to work as hard. You don't got to put in that work, that grind. Makes total sense. And that's a testimony that in the midst of a pandemic, that the balls to go for it. Let's do it. Prime time. There are people who got broke in the pandemic, and there are people who became millionaires and billionaires.
If I'm not mistaken, on paper, there's more people that got rich than people that went broke during the pandemic. This is the perfect time to sit down, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
People got creative.
Look at all the people that got PPP loans and actually did something with them. Now they run legitimate businesses, but they took out the loan the way they were supposed to. They figured it out. Balls to the wall, hustle.
Think about this. And there's a whole theory behind this. I'm talking to a really good friend of mine named Michael Mann, who owns Creative Brands, a marketing company. Now we were talking. He was like, and I didn't think about this. He said, look, think about how many people came up during the pandemic. And he was like, it was not just through getting loans and stuff like that. People started working from home. Yeah. They were more productive at home. Yeah. They had these rent abatements. There's some people that lived for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of companies put your car note on pause. You know what I'm saying? During the pandemic. So that they weren't going out. So they got to save and stack all of that money during all of that time. So if your mortgage is $1,500, $2,000 a month, man, and you're working and you're stacking all of that money. So when it was all said and done, people walked around, they got the stimulus check and stuff like that. People are invested in cryptocurrency. So now you trying to tell people to come back to work for those wages, for those same wages. And these people that came up and learned how to make money at home, selling dinners, and investing and all kinds of other shit. And they got 30, 40, 50 grand in the bank.
You got people who knew nothing about the stock market.
They knew nothing about the stock market.
Millionaires because of Dogecoin, Ethereum,
And they just
Apple.
threw shit up against the wall.
That's it.
So when you take that all, it has changed the whole landscape of society and how we all operate and how we all make money, and literally turn people into entrepreneurs. They said the month of October, over 1 million people walked off their jobs. Who the fuck does that? Not laid off. And the unemployment numbers are really bad. It's not because there are no jobs. It's because people just said, fuck it. So, I mean, even in our business right now, we're almost at the mercy of our employees because nobody wants to work. So we have to pay them well.
It's a scary industry when one of the most busiest, friendliest companies you could think of has to close locations because they can't find people to work. Chick-fil-A had to close 10 locations. Wow. Because they couldn't find people to work. So we're blessed. We got
this ain't that, and no motherfuckers is happy. They're all happy. Fucking Chick-fil-A. They're all happy.
But they're made to look happy.
Yeah.
We got people working here that are actually happy.
They're actually
look forward to coming to work. They'll come on a day off and eat food and just.
Our employees even want they want more hours. Like most of you can't get people to work. We're trying to scramble. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's been a blessing, man.
I'm about to go in the culinary lab real quick. I'm gonna let you finish up with that. It was a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you next week for the tacos, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, you said it
You're
on
gonna see
now.
me at C too. You're gonna see me all week.
That's what I'm talking about, my brother. It's a blessing.
Bless, man. Bless. Man, talking about being able to pivot from industry to industry to industry.
Man, listen. You don't listen. You can't go to school for hustle. Don't get me wrong. I went to college. I played college ball. I did all that. But you can't go to school for hustle. I've been a hustler since I was a little kid. You know, it's hustle. I sleep when I dead. You know, literally yesterday I was in a hospital because I was exhausted, getting IVs and all the rest of that from dehydration. But guess what? I got a good night's sleep. I pop back up. I'm back on it.
Just like Let's go. That. So I won't tell Chef. This will be our little secret.
Hi.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
My favorite thing right now on the menu, to be completely honest with you, are the Philly cheesesteak tacos. Hands down. Dipping in that crazy sauce, my favorite thing on the menu right now.
I really got to come through for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
sponsor It was the cheesesteak, but I ate too many of them, so I don't care anymore.
I remember prior to being vegan, I used to go to Subway and all these little places and load it up with hot sauce and mustard and all type of things.
Won't do all that.
So to get a real cheesesteak, veganized.
It's the closest thing you're gonna get to a real Philly cheesesteak. And we like to, and like honestly, most of the people that have come here say this is better than an actual Philly cheesesteak. And the great thing about plant-based meat, you're not gonna feel heavy afterwards. They don't weigh you down. Well, you of course you know that, but you know, so that's that, man. So it's just been a blessing, man. It's been great.
Yeah, definitely. Quickly, I want to touch on the transition to being vegan. Everybody kind of has their story. If it was cold turkey or if it was steps, did you start out with no beef first, or how was that whole transition?
Well, everything started with me was, well, first of all, my son had started, going vegan. I was like, man, why don't you want to eat meat no more, whatever? He said, Dad, I just watched What the Hell. And I said, what the hell? So I turned on Netflix. I watched What the Hell. And I had already started transitioning a little bit away from meat. I was like,
yeah.
And I just looked at it different. See, and I'm an animal lover too. So, you know what I mean? I love my dog. And I'm like, and then I saw the Chinese people cooking dogs over there. And I'm like, these are animals that have feelings like everybody else. So I'm not a very emotional person. I just like, that's a shame. I didn't do that to them. So I started getting upset, man. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just start. So I transitioned just like to being like, okay, I'm gonna come off the meat, but I'm gonna at least still eat fish because I still do love fish. You know what I'm saying? But I just stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? I stay away from it. So that was the hardest thing for me to like completely get away from was the fish. But I noticed that once I went to a plant-based diet, and everything changed. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was borderline diabetic. All of that disappeared. And so the transition wasn't really that hard for me. I'm gonna be completely honest. The hardest transition was coming off the seafood, and that's what the hardest day was. And I ain't gonna lie, I do cheat sometimes every now and then. Maybe once every year, look his business, you know. But yeah, but that's really, pretty much, what it was. It's just that, and then I eventually got away from all animal products. I don't have all those stomach issues. I don't have any of those things no more.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's what it was for me. I mean, it wasn't too hard, man. To be completely honest with you, I think, but like even at this time, we were talking about these other places that have vegan products, what they don't plant based products, but they don't understand is that these companies that people who don't eat meat don't even want their meat to touch the same grill or even be in that same establishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that. So when they do that, it's literally more for transitioning people than anything else.
Yeah. I try and tell my family that all the time. They say, hey, let us go out to eat at Fridays or different restaurants. And they have like a veggie burger. And I'm like, but it's not the same.
It's not the
It's the
same, man. It
same
doesn't even,
grill. It's the
and
same grease.
I do that sometimes. Like sometimes I go out to taste a veggie burger or something. I'll be like, "Ugh," so it just don't taste the same, man. So it's
Yeah.
just it's whack. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's freaking whack.
Yeah. Yeah. For a lot of people, the hardest part is the cheese, is dairy. How did y'all get? And I've tried tons of vegan cheese, and some are great, and some are disgusting. How was that process like with the cheese?
The cheese, you know what the thing is with cheese, and I'm not gonna give the secret away. It's a very simple way that you have to melt the cheese in order for it to. Uh, we closed, girl. We still we. Oh, I'm sorry. You know why? Because I'm doing the podcast. Oh, we so ghetto. I mean, I had a customer come in restaurant there. No, we closed. It's all good. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Break. I know this is ghetto as hell. 30 seconds while I lock the door.
All right, cool. Live podcast. Gotta love it.
Sorry
Cheese.
about that, my brother. I'm so
Uh,
sorry. I didn't mean to do that, but I didn't realize we left the door open in the restaurant. But yeah, so okay, I had a break for. I'm ADD. Where I leave off at?
oh, the cheese. You said
Yes,
there
the
was a certain
cheese.
way how
So
you melt the cheese.
yeah, there's a certain way that you have to melt the cheese. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, fine. Whatever. When you get cheese, when you use vegan cheese, and you want to melt, whether it's on burger, whether it's like on a little vegan egg or anything like that, you have to put steam on it. That's what melts it. So you have to put steam and then cover it up. That's what melts the cheese. If you try to melt the cheese just directly under heat, it's never going to melt. It's going to melt unevenly. So even if you try to make Big Mac and cheese with vegan cheese, it's going to look crusty and weird on top because you have to cover it, water, and then let it steam. That's the only way you're going to melt it the correct way. So everything. So that's how you get that real authentic texture. So when like sometimes you'll go like the places like the cheese is half melted on the vegan burger, and they just slap a piece of cheese on there, and it's not one. Nah, that cheese should be running. It should be slimy. It's because you don't have no steam behind it.
Mm.
That's what the problem is.
Yeah,
And that's
your veggie burger shouldn't look like school food, like cafeteria food.
exactly. It's like they don't even care. They think that vegan people are just we're just like creepy and eat anything. Like no, that's not what we're doing. No.
Mm-mm. Most of us weren't always vegan, so
None of
it
us.
has
I
to
don't
look
know
right.
anybody that was. I know very few people that were born vegan. You know what I'm saying? If you were born vegan, you're probably under 20 years old. I mean, you're probably at least 20, at least. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd be kind of honest with you. But looking at like a lot of the not serious health issues, looking at a lot of things that my kid grew up just like with the colds and the bronchitis and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I would if I had to do it all over again. But I have no kids at 46. Okay, fuck that. But if I had to do it like with my grandkids, I'm not feeding them no dairy products
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all. It make them so much healthier, man. Stay
yeah,
away from that damn dairy.
yeah. It's with me, like my son, he's somewhat vegan when he's with me. So,
Yeah.
but he like automatically knows that when he's with daddy, he's like, Daddy, yeah, I want apples and I want mangoes and
Yeah.
blueberries, like automatically. But he will ask for cheese pizza. He knows that's the only thing that's not vegan that I'm like, all right,
All
fine,
right, go
whatever.
ahead. It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows, but it affects everything. He'll eat cheese, and the next morning he'll wake up and he can hear, like the mucus on his
Yeah.
throat, start
Well, I can
sneezing in
tell
the
you this.
morning.
I've had very few, and I don't mind shouting out other businesses if you don't mind either. Like there's the best vegan, my chef Daryl put me on it. The best vegan pizza that I have had outside of Atlanta. There's a place in Atlanta called Plant Based Pizza. Okay, bro, if you go to Atlanta, amazing, dope as hell. Like they're just amazing. Black owned company. They're really dope. So they're awesome. And here it's a place called Benucci Brothers, which is in Hollywood.
Yes.
Yes, they surprised the hell out of me. They got really good vegan pizza, man. Now you don't make me miss it. So there's situations like that. That's where you take your son if it's near you.
Yeah. Finucci's got the garlic rolls.
Yeah, man, it's really good, bro, man. It's really good. Well, listen, I got like 30 more things to do, man. Listen, my brother.
No, I appreciate
Any
it.
more questions before I ride up out of here?
Yeah. So I just want to leave the audience with
Yeah.
a gem. It can be a quote, it can be a short story. Anybody struggling, anybody not really sure how to pivot, anything for the audience.
I got something. It's a very funny story. Very funny story, okay? And it's about setting your goals, okay? Setting your goals high. Don't waste your goals. Don't waste your dreams. And the reason why I say that is because of this. Back in 2000, a very famous artist is somebody I would get my smoke from, okay? Anytime I want some smoke, hey, man, come see me, whatever. And it's before they're international artists at this point, right? Like, they are just out of here. And we were sitting down at my house, and we were smoking a blunt, man. It's 20 years ago. He said, look, man, when I make it, what you want? I said, he said, because I got big dreams. I got big dreams, man. Name it, whatever you want, man. I said, you know what, dog? When you make it, just give me a pound of weed, bro. Give me a pound of weed. Cool. 13 years passed. Haven't heard from this brother in about 3 years. Interviewed him on the phone. See him on TV, MTV all the time. He said, hey, look, come see me. I'm down at Coconut Grove. I said, all right, cool, no problem. Went down to Coconut Grove. Out there, had all this money around, this, that, and the other. He said, hey, Bubbo. Went and got somebody. Went and got me a box. I had this young lady with me. He said, man, listen, you know what I mean? Just don't open here. I said, all right, cool, bro, I'm good, man. So we sat there, we chilled, we talked. Went back to my house, opened up the box. It was a pound of weed, dog. I just came from a $5 million property. This fool gave me a pound of weed. So when I got to the radio station this morning, this DJ who remains nameless, I said, man, don't you know I met with such and such last night, man? I mean, that's my boy and all. And I told him, 13, 14 years ago, when you make it, just give me a pound of weed. He looked at me and said, oh, that's what he gave you, a pound of weed? He said, you set your goals too low. He pulled out his camera. He said, he bought me a house and a boat. Because that's what I asked for.
Yeah.
Don't waste your fucking dreams, man. Don't ever waste your dreams on freaking foolishness. Don't ever do it. Always say what you want, whether it's to the universe or to somebody that's asking, because you never know what you're going to get. You're going to get what you exactly asked for.
Yeah. And not anything more.
Hi.
And you're going to get exactly what you asked for and not a thing more.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? All I could do is be mad and smoke that damn weed, dog. And that's a true story, bro. The true story. So that's what I like to leave people with, man, is that, don't waste your dreams. Go for what you want. And I promise you, if you really believe you really want it, you'll get exactly what you ask for. And don't waste it on foolishness. I want to smash that girl. Oh, that's foolishness. Damn, I'm just going to try to make me $1,000. No, man, go make $1 million. Yeah. You may fall short at 100,000. Don't waste your dreams. Don't waste them. Don't waste your desires. Wasting is trying to smash this girl or that girl, or I'm just gonna come up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Do some fraud. You wasted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wasted.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go on vacation this summer. Okay, that's your dream. How about you say, listen, I want to make enough money so I can vacation around the world.
Yeah.
Don't waste it.
Aim high. Aim high as hell.
Aim high, man, with everything. You know? So that's it, man. All right?
Appreciate you, brother.
No, I appreciate you and thank you, man. Anytime, we're waiting to see you too, all right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. You got it, my brother. Until next time, anything else before we ride out?
No, man. Quickly, favorite color and why? That's it.
Blue. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, but blue has always been my favorite color my whole life. So when it came time to me to pledge in college, Sigma was a no-brainer. I was not going to wear purple. I wasn't going to wear red, and I don't like yellow. So it was easy for me.
There it is. There it is. Colors are powerful, man. Appreciate your time, man. Aim high. Get exactly what you want. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
Exactly, man. Always.
Even when I seen you at the table and I was like, hey, I'm like, you know what? Hey, you want to be on the podcast? You was like, say less.
That's it.
Let's do it.
You know why? Because somebody always looked out for me. And I tried, listen, if I'm your friend and we cool, you can't outgive me. Because the only reason why I'm where I'm at right now is because somebody looked out for me. So I just promised God that if somebody needs my help with something, if I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And you got good energy.
Appreciate that, bro.
And that's what I respond to. I respond to energy, bro. If your energy was messed up, you know what I mean? If you came up to me with, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I got 10 million people that's going to watch my podcast. Yo, you know? I'm like, man, no, bro, that's not what we're doing. And wait, and one more thing. And do you know why I'm like that? My pastor, and I'm gonna let you go because I could just talk forever. My pastor had a very, very interesting story, man. He said that this church had called him to come preach at their annual day. And he said, yeah, sure, no problem. And he thought they were going to give him $25,000. And when he went back and looked, he saw it was $2,500 to come preach. He thought he was preaching at some mega church, right? Said whatever. So he went up to the small town in Georgia, and it was this little church that had probably about 150 people, if that tops. Really, really small church. So he went up there and preached for their annual day, right? He said he had to stay at a small little motel. He was like, oh my goodness. And they gave him dinner, some little mom and pop hole in the wall restaurant. He was like, man, whatever. You know what? He said, you know what? They're good people. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. That's why he went up there and did it, or whatever. Because it wasn't even really about the money at that point. So when he was leaving, one of the members there, it was like literally like a CEO of some company that was like a multi-millionaire. And he was like, you blessed me and my family so much. Gave him $20,000. They were like, this is for you. Gave him $20,000. They said, no, I can't take this. He said, no, you don't understand the word that you just put into me and my family. And when I sit back, man, he didn't want to go. A lot of pastors wasn't going because it wasn't big enough for their platform for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you never know who you're going to bless. So I don't mind talking to people. 2 people can watch that. If I watch one, it's fine. If 300,000 people watching it, I'm good with that too. But it don't matter. You have good energy, and if you want to chop it up, we can chop it up. And hopefully I can say something to influence somebody. And that's how I roll, bro.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I already know that I'm going to get text messages like, yo, I'm going to turn vegan. Yo, I got to try the vegan cheese. I got to try Krazy Vegan. I already know, man.
Yeah.
Much love, brother.
All right, much love, brother. Take care, family. All right, be safe, and thanks for all you checking it out. All right, peace.
All right, bless.
Okay. You got it.
Man, are you hungry? Did that make you hungry? I am starving. I wish I could go now, but they're closed, and we're in the middle of this podcast. So, but yo, if you haven't checked them out, man, Krazy Vegan, go to thekrazyvegan.com. Krazy with a K. All right, they are right there in Hallandale, not too far in this. Well, if you're in my area, right, Hallandale. up the street, down the street, man. The Krazy Vegan. Whew. I mean, so many gems right there. So many gems right there. Taking risks, seizing the opportunity. As he mentioned, even how he came on this podcast. I just saw him out. And I said, hey, listen, man. Shout out to Alba. Shout out to Alba, who brought him forth. Shout out to Leaves and Roots. Energy, man. Time. You just never know. Even the story with that pastor. You just never know. If you feel called, seize those opportunities, man. Be on your mission. Walk in your purpose to impact lives. Even if it's one person, you just never know. That one person could bless you so significantly. And it may not even be money. So don't be looking for people to bless you with that check for $20,000. You know what I'm saying? Because it may not always be monetary. But man, when you do what you do, when you use your platform, when you use your expertise, when you share with what you're talented in, what you have a gift in, and you bless somebody, you just never know what that can do. That blessing will always return. Karma always comes back. It may take 13 years. It may take 30 years. But it'll come back, man. So I encourage you all tonight, man, that your gift, your passion, your purpose, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you really enjoy, you really love doing, you love helping people, you love serving, you love cooking, you love dancing, whatever it is, you love getting people in shape, you love making people laugh, you love to empower the youth and the kids, you love to encourage those that are in prison, who are incarcerated. Whatever your passion is, man, dive in that. Stop putting it off. Stop procrastinating. Dive in it. I gave a speech tonight earlier before the podcast, and the title of that speech was titled Press Send. Press Send. And in that speech, I spoke about we overthink so many times, right? We talk ourselves out of moving forward. We list all the things that could go wrong, right? We list all the reasons why that'll never work. They'll laugh at me. They'll judge me. They will never fund me. We're all in our heads. We have all these doubts. We are ruled by our fears. We overthink it when in reality, the time is now to move now. Think about the pandemic, right? Very different. We were put on hold. And yet some people realize, you know what? I'm not making any money right now. I can't go to work right now. I can't go to school right now. But in the midst of this, there's an opportunity. Let me just do it. Let me just go for it. So you just go for it. You just go and you press send. You reach out to people. If you have a business that you're starting and you have some ideas and you're looking for some partnerships, ask people, reach out. Post about it, nudge some people, even if they're strangers, even if you don't have that relationship with them. Listen, quite a few of these guests on this podcast, truth be told, I've never met them in person. And you would never know. Never met them in person. Went on Instagram and just stepped out in faith, reached out, hey, my name is Blaze. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. I would love for you to be a part. The worst thing that they can say is no. Hell no. Okay, cool. But for all those no's, you will find the right yeses, whether it be 1, whether it be 10. Despite all those no's, no matter all those letdowns, in the midst of all of that, you will find the right yeses at the right time, man. So use your energy. Use your energy, use your gifts, use your talents, man, to go forward. This might be a word for somebody. It's a word for me. All right? Straight like that. We didn't really dive too deep today into color time. Color time. But listen, man, every podcast can't be the same. Every day is not the same. Every experience is not the same. Every relationship is not the same. Your last ex, stop comparing your current ex to your last ex. Everybody different. Every experience is different. Ugh. Man, all right, let me stop preaching, So that's what it is, man. Receive the blessings, man. Regarding color time, colors that stand out to me that I've seen that are powerful, I've seen them in dreams, I've seen them in visions, are orange, very powerful color. Another one that I say all the time is purple, another powerful color. I didn't realize how powerful purple was, but this year, purple has shown me just how powerful it is. Also, sky blue, another powerful color. Sky blue and blues remind me of your throat chakra. If you have the gift to communicate, the gift to share, the gift to speak up. And of course, I can't forget red, another powerful color. Fire. Fire. Set them ablaze. Go forward, man. Go forward, man. So that's my encouragement for today, Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021, episode 46. Stay tuned for the rest of this month. We're still on that same theme. Vegan chefs and vegan restaurants. Also, a quick reminder, if you have not liked this episode, click that like button. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, hit that subscribe button, man. There are tons of episodes here on this channel, and stay tuned for the rest of episodes for this month. All right. Next up, we got Caribe Vegan, which is some delicious, authentic Latin food, some Dominican and Puerto Rican and Caribbean Latin food, vegan Latin food, which is amazing, man. We got some Ital food, some Jamaican food, vegan food. We also have a chef from Atlanta coming through as well on the podcast. Lots of great restaurant owners and lots of great vegan chefs, man, to whet your taste buds, man. So again, I want to say a big shout out to Mr. Alex, aka Big Lip, aka Big Lip Bandit. All right, radio personality, DJ, business owner, entrepreneur, coming here and chopping it up with us as a community, man. So again, if you haven't been to the restaurant, check it out. It's The Krazy Vegan. All right, I'll just post that in the chat here, and it's crazy with a K. Yeah, so check them out. They're right there in Hallandale, and they also do delivery as well. All right. One more time, I'm gonna show you guys this food. Listen here. Listen here. I've had the Philly cheesesteak, and I think I've had one of the burgers, but the chicken nuggets, wings, tacos, vegan shrimp tacos, and then Philly cheesesteak tacos. Whew. Yeah. Check them out, man. Definitely check them out. So thank you all for listening, for being a part of the Blaze the Lion podcast. As I close this out each and every time, this was the Blaze the Lion podcast. I truly appreciate all of you. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a damn friend about the Blaze the Lion podcast. Maybe you shared this episode with somebody, with a loved one, with a friend. Maybe someone considering going vegan might want to hear this, or just someone who wants to be that business owner, who wants to step out. Maybe this episode right here might be that encouragement. Maybe this episode right here, these words, some of these gems might be exactly what they need in the midst of their confusion, in the midst of them waiting, in the midst of them procrastinating. So Share. You just never know. It could change someone's life. And even if you're not vegan, even if your friends and your family aren't vegan, and you just still want some good fast food, check them out, man. The Krazy Vegan. All right. They'll be at Seed as well this week. Seed Food and Wine Festival is the vegan version. See, I'm giving all these plugs, right? I'm sharing the wealth. Seed, SEED, Seed is the vegan version of the Food and Wine Festival right here in South Florida, right? So check them out, man. Seed. All week they're having events from the Battle of the Burgers, and the chef who you saw here, he'll be on that, right? It'll be all the top vegan burgers and restaurants battling it out for a big trophy. It's a huge trophy for the best burger in South Florida, the best vegan burger in South Florida. So that'll be Thursday night. They also have the food tasting on Saturday. They have events, yoga, all types of events. So go to their Instagram, man, Seed Food and Wine Festival, man. Check them out. I'll be there and many others. All right. So with that said, this was the Blaze the Lion podcast. Go for your dreams, y'all. Aim high. Peace and love. Yes, I.